This is a rose bush I started to grow this year. I bought the very young seedlings from rose grower. This is the DuPonti, and it's doing very well. And this is also the pretty much the same time, but it doesn't grow that much. This is Kiss Me Kate climbing roses. It doesn't grow at all. And this is Alfred Carrier, the rose. This is an old garden rose. It's doing very well. It's still green and everything in mid-November or the end of November. This is also the roses I loved, like a single small white flowering roses, like rambler roses. And so yeah, they're doing pretty good there. And this particular thing here, this growth I can look at from the window, and it's very nice to look at it, because that I remember the roses I was growing in Colorado, and the particular memory comes back. And you know, sitting in a cold day inside the window and looking out, and I see this new growth growing from the window I can look at, which is very nice feeling. And I think that's pretty much the gist of rose gardeners joy, I would say, or the, you know, more than a joy. I think it's pretty much like you have this reason to live or whatever. Yeah, this is another roses I planted this year, and it's doing okay. This is kind of a shady because of the big tree in front of it, and hopefully, you know, they have this west exposure a couple of hours at the end of the day during the summer. But yeah, but it's still doing pretty good there. I hope this is gonna grow. So this is the almost like toward the end of the November, and all the Bradford pear changed the color, which is kind of nice. Very beautiful leaves, and there's a elm tree there, which is kind of a yellowish, which is nice, I would say. So I was talking about perennial gardeners. I don't know the reason why I am a perennial gardener is because I think you enjoy this particular plants which lives long time. Year after year they bloom. So I like the particular aspects of it. I think annuals and so forth, it's so short living, so short actually, that I don't care for that much. They bloom fantastically during the summer, but it just die at the end of the summer. And that particular feeling, it's not that nurturing. The aspect of nurturing is very important for a gardener, especially like a person like me. You know, I kind of enjoy it, and I feel that this particular feeling of you know, growing something that they respond to your care, and you know, just like a pet, for example. I think you feel like pretty much you really enjoy those feelings. I started to notice those roses, for example. Yeah, it is feeling that yeah, there's something to live, I would say. Whenever you are sick, for example, you see those things, because when you're sick, your psychology is bad. You're kind of down. You're feeling down. Therefore, in that particular time, you see something growing outside very vigorously or beautifully, even though they don't have flowers or anything. I think it's still very, very nice to see this particular things growing, and looking at it, that particular moment that I looked at it, the feeling you get is something that you got this gift of living to your, like a dying heart, and that particular feeling, it's so nice. That's why I think I became a perennial gardener, shrub, trees, lovers, I would say, because most of those plants live long time. A peony, for example, they live more than your lifetime. People say the roses, like a grandma's roses or something, they live for a long time. They kind of hand it down generation by generation, because they live so long time. And it's beautiful too. So yeah, it's kind of a cold today though, because of the winter kind of settling in. Yeah, the leaves changed quite a bit, the colors, and it's kind of a leaves falling down to the ground. Yeah, I'm anticipating a cold winter, which is I haven't experienced yet in this area, so kind of interesting to see how it goes. Yeah, some of the trees, I don't know the name of it. I like to know the name, because some of the trees are doing very well. I think I showed you before, but yeah, this is one of the things that I liked. It's still blooming in November. This is a knockout roses, a double knockout, and I think this is a pink double knockout roses, which is very nice. I think this is the kind of flowers I really like to know the name of it. The spikes of the lavender color blue flowers appears here, and the leaves are like this. And definitely this is a kind of trees, the shrub that I like to plant in my yard. I have to keep an eye on this. One of the reasons why I became a gardener is because I get this particular power from the plants. And this particular power, whenever you have a tough time in your life, and you know, like you are at bottom of your life, and then you see this plant growing beautifully under your care, Wow, yeah, there's some reason to live. Something that, think about the, the, I don't know, cosmos, earth, sun, water, all these things. Yeah, you feel like, yeah, you're part of it in this particular nature. I think the climate changes quite often, but I think pretty much this cycle of season, cycle of everyday life on this particular planet is pretty much constant for millennia, and therefore all the trees and plants establish their habits of growing in that particular space, particular location. Coming to Texas from Colorado, I noticed lots of difference. I know, like plants flowering, wildflowers are so different than the one that I used to see in Colorado. And the soils, when I used to live in Michigan, it's so different there too. So, yeah, each place you go in the United States is like a big land space, and yeah, plants are different, which is kind of interesting. Because if you live in Japan, for example, pretty much the plants the same everywhere you go in Japan. It's not that big, although it's beautiful place there. The plant you see, your wildflowers and so forth, is I think pretty much the same everywhere you go. Although there is a mountainous, alpine type of flowers. You have to go all the way to the high area, but other than that, pretty much the same. But here, I think the plants are tremendously different. I think even in Texas, state of Texas, which is bigger than Japan, for example, the east part of Texas is very different climate-wise in the west part. So yeah, lots of different species growing in a different area, which is, I think, interesting. I think that's why I think many people love to travel, because if you go to the different area, it's certainly, plants are different. Yeah, plants are different, trees are different, birds are different. Yeah, so it's worthwhile to experience those things traveling. Unfortunately for me, like traveling overseas, for example, diminished tremendously compared to when I was young. I think I didn't have much opportunity to go abroad, but the time I went outside the country, outside the US, that was fantastic. I still remember vividly. That was the most entertaining, exciting time for me, and I suppose I could continuously do that if I have this freedom to go, financially or health wise. I really love to do that, but psychologically also spirits is kind of goes down when you get older. For some reason, you don't want to go so active or something. Just because, I don't know, because you feel like it's like tedious to go through all this process of traveling, airplanes flying for 20 hours on the straight, or something like that is kind of inconvenient. I think your health, for example, although like in a short time that you can go outside, you can enjoy the things, but even like a movie theater trip, I think it's becoming more and more difficult. You have to sit down in a couple of hours in a confined space, very still, without having a chance of going to the bathroom. It was becoming more and more difficult. I think those minor inconveniences, I think, really play the havoc for the people who is getting older. So yeah, I'd rather stay put, and maybe I could do a gardening, maybe. But even the gardening too, though, I was much more vigorous when I was younger, and but now it's becoming like a little bit becoming like a chore to take care of gardens. I think that's not a good sign, but definitely you're going toward that direction just because of this natural events that happening to yourself. Yeah, so in this kind of a very nice fall day, cool day already, I start to think about that. Yeah, I get this year I got a little bit sick due to some kind of a flu or something couple of times. During that time, it was so nice to be lying down in the bed all day long and looking at the outside the trees through the windows. Something like that is kind of reminds me, or maybe listening to my favorite Franz Schubert, impromptu piano, lying down in the bed. That was a very nice feeling, and I was amazed how you could feel good when you are sick. But that's true. I think something being sick, I think gives you some kind of pleasure, I would say, pleasure of being incapacitated, I would say, and feeling a little bit sad, I would say. But that particular sad feeling is like sometimes very pleasurable. And I noticed when I was lying down in the flu conditions, yeah, it's kind of nice to be in that particular moment, then kind of phase into like sleep. Yeah, so that's what I felt like. Wow, is that probably very telltale signs of getting old? the signs of yeah, you're approaching to this end of your life, and you feel that not necessarily you fear or whatever, but also you kind of welcoming a particular time, I would say, because those moments you've done everything you did in your lifetime, everything you don't have anything else to get regret or whatever, so you're ready to go. And the particular feeling is, I think, it's kind of nice. Always I wondered, how do I feel when you are in a deathbed? You kind of fear what that means. But yeah, that particular feeling, not necessarily bad. Yeah, I became a little bit sentimental today because leaves are changing the colors. And it's so beautiful. Sky is blue without any clouds, I would say. I could walk on this particular tree-lined streets without worrying about the car is coming from behind, from the front. I could walk like this. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Residential area, you don't have much traffic. The nighttime is kind of a quiet, very quiet actually. So it's nice. Yeah, but now all these fall, autumn feelings that I had to endure for a while in the winter, probably I go into the mood of reading books, more books, and listening to the music, yeah, in the cozy room, anticipating coming springtime, that I like to go out again, walk, and see the nature. Yeah, that particular time is coming. So